Alright, so I figured I'd do a little video here just showing what I am packing for Everest Base Camp trek. I'm trying to pack light, but at the same time, we are going to have a porter. Not everybody that does this hires a porter, but the guy that I am going with decided that would be a good idea, and I can't disagree. So, um, just going to run through everything, and hopefully, when I get back, I can do a little gear dump and let you guys know what I recommend or didn't use or what I wish I had brought. So here we go. So here it is, all mostly laid out. What I'm bringing is just a couple pairs of clothes to hike in over that 10-day trek there and back. I've got a dedicated pair of sleeping clothes and then just a clean pair of travel clothes for when we're done. I've got something clean to change into for the plane ride back. And then dedicated pair of sleeping socks, and I really tried to go for the full variety here because we're going to be in temperatures as warm as 80 degrees in Lukla, 60-70% chance of rain, all the way up to Everest Base Camp, which I think the high was going to be close to the 30s, lows in the teens. So we're really getting the broad spectrum of temperature there, and that kind of made packing clothes a little bit of a challenge, but the key is to layer, and I think I've got it pretty well covered. I am bringing just a pair of hiking shoes there, and then a pair of Crocs, a little dry bag to put those in. So if they're wet, I need to pack them. I can just keep it all separated from the rest of my gear. So I'm taking this Osprey Transporter 40, I believe it is. Yeah, there it is. It's upside down, but that's going to be my carry-on bag. I'll probably just have my clothes and electronics in there. Everything else I'm going to have packed in this Osprey Transporter 95. The pack that I'm actually going to be using on the hike is, again, an Osprey. This is an Atmos 50. So I'll be carrying the Atmos 50 there, and then we'll have a porter that'll have that duffel bag. Just kudos to those guys. I don't think they get enough credit. They're strong, great endurance. What I wish I was capable of, but I've got a desk job. So we are going in June, which is the monsoon season. So I've got a pair of rain pants and a rain jacket. That is the Kuyu Kutana rain pant, and I believe it's the Kutana, and Kuyu Yukon rain jacket. It's kind of advertised as their workhorse of the rain jackets. Going in the monsoon season, I wanted to be able to have some gear that would be able to hold up to multiple hours of rain every day for the time that we're there, because I don't really know what to expect, but that's kind of what I hear may be worst case scenario, and wanted to be prepared for it. For the lower elevations, I did get the Sea to Summit poncho. Pretty small, pretty lightweight. If it's warmer, I can throw this on, feel confident that I'm going to stay dry, but also just have a little bit more breathability with that thing is the idea. Just got an Nalgene there, Gregory 3-liter bladder. Really enjoyed that thing, so it's coming along with me. This is just some toilet paper and some baby wipes. They say that none of the bathrooms have toilet paper, so I'm probably going to be carrying that with me at all times. Inside of this bag, I've got just some miscellaneous hydration packs, some BCAAs, drink mixes, that kind of thing. And then taking some beef jerky. They say that anything that leaves Lukla, they'll have villages and little tea houses along the way that advertise meat on their menu, but it's not refrigerated once it leaves Lukla. I don't think my stomach is up for that challenge, so I'm just taking this as a little bit of a snack. My sleep system, I've just got this Alps Mountaineering air pillow, and then the Enlightened Equipment Revelation quilt. I've really enjoyed that quilt, so that's what I'm going to be using as a blanket for the most part. These villages and tea houses have little beds, and I think they've got comforters and whatnot, but just to have my own thing there, I think it's worth the bring. I just got a little microfiber towel, lightweight, but something that I can dry out with if I wash my face or take a shower or whatever it is. Old toiletry bag, toothbrush, soap, that kind of stuff. Extra contacts. Got some sunscreen, some hand sanitizer, and then I've just got this old camera carry case for the video camera that I've got here, and then my DSLR, and that's it as far as camera equipment. I'm not even going to bring another lens. I haven't decided either a 50 millimeter prime or a 35, just because they're small lenses, and they work great. So this little bag, just miscellaneous gear. I've got gaiters, a beanie, gloves, first aid kit, water filtration, all that good stuff. For the flight, found this cool little thing at Sierra Trading Post. It's a blow-up neck pillow, so we'll put that to the test. Hopefully it works. As far as electronics, I've just got these two little guys right here. Got a converter from the type of outlet that they have there in Nepal to American outlets. It's got a couple USB ports, so should be able to charge everything with that. I've got this Zoleo satellite communicator. I've got the unlimited plan for the month, just to be able to text family, friends, whoever it is I need to stay in touch. The Garmin InReach is another popular option there. This one I had an InReach before, lost it, and decided to give this thing a try. So far so good. I'm happy with it. It's just cheaper initial cost. I think the plans, depending on what you want, this is maybe slightly more expensive, but it's like $150 cheaper initial purchase. So that's hard to beat. I've got two jackets that I'm taking. I've got just an Eddie Bauer down jacket, and then another synthetic insulated Kuyu jacket. I usually have a fleece that I'll take for this type of backpacking trip, for lack of a better term, excursion. But this thing packs up a little tighter, and I've enjoyed it on hikes that I've done with it, so I'm gonna keep that going. So yeah, I think that's most everything that I've got here that I am taking. The one other little piece of equipment that I'm gonna try out here is this little pack that I got off Amazon. Just strap it around your shoulder, and it kind of hangs tight there. I'm going to carry my passport in it. I've got a battery bank just for traveling, wallet, basically an extra pocket. So yeah, I'm excited about trying that thing out, and hopefully all my gear holds up. All of it's pretty well tested and proven. These hiking shoes are new, so that makes me a little bit nervous. The backpack is also actually a new backpack, but I've had Osprey packs and I've loved them. Never had any issues with them. So I feel pretty confident with that one. I did do a 4-mile hike in it and was pretty pleased with it so far. Same thing with the shoes. So I think they should be good. But time will tell. It's one thing to go out for a weekend, test out some gear, because if you don't like it, it's only a day or two. But going on a 10-day hike here, what I'm taking, I'm stuck with. So I've been a little bit stressed about it, to say the least, but I think I've got it pretty well dialed in. So we'll find out here pretty soon. All right, I am back. So I'm not doing a literal gear dump because all my stuff was smelly and needed to be clean, frankly. So this is actually about 2 weeks after the fact, but still I'm going to go through everything nonetheless. I figured I'd start with the things that I did not actually use on this trip. One, it was not near as cold as we had anticipated. It didn't ever get below freezing, even at base camp. I think it was probably close to the low 40s. So I had a couple pairs of gloves. I never pulled those out. Never pulled my gaiters out. Really, that was about it. Everything else I did use. There were some things that I probably could have done without. One of those being my insulated jacket, or the down jacket, I should say. 75% of the time I wore this Kuiu jacket. If I needed a little bit more warmth, I could have put the rain jacket over it. So I did wear it just hanging around the tea houses, but could have done without it. For the weight that it was, I'd probably take it again. Now I wanted to get into the little items that I did enjoy having. So just kind of a point of note for anybody that's planning on doing this. This little converter was great. What I would recommend you look for in a converter is something with a lot of outlets. So this one has 3 outlets and then 2 USB ports. The reason for that is there's typically only one available outlet in the room or in the tea house that you can use, and so the more that you can plug into that, the better. If you have a lot of things to plug in like I did. So I had my camera, my phone, my GPS satellite communicator. So that came in handy, especially for 2 guys in the same room. We were able to share this one thing. So just a little tip there. The other thing that I did enjoy having, actually more than I thought I would, was this little travel pack. And the reason being is every time you've got a layover, you're switching planes, you're going through security, it was actually nice to pull everything out of my pockets, have it in here, and run it through security versus pulling everything out individually. It was all organized. I wasn't like, okay, check, check, check. Do I have everything? It was all right here. So that was kind of nice to have, actually. So some of the stuff, including that, I'll just post a link down below, and I'm also going to have another video that will hopefully be posted before this one on the trip in general. So if you're seeing anything here that you want to take a look at, I'll have some links there so you can see more about it. So moving on, I'll just talk about the bags that I had. So this Atmos 50 by Osprey did great. I loved the air pockets on it because it was actually quite warm there most of the time. And as I go into this gear, I should preface that it was way warmer than I expected. Way more humid than I expected, and as I had mentioned already, it did not get that cold. It also only rained on us for all of about 5 minutes the entire time that we hiked. It did rain a lot at night, a few of the nights, but as far as hiking, trekking, it was all in dry weather. So that was great, unexpected, but great. But the humidity was unexpected. So this extra airflow on this pack, I really did enjoy. Since we had a porter, this 50 liter was honestly more than I needed. Probably a 35 would have been just fine. The built-in rain fly was something I enjoyed, not just for rain, but also dust, dirt. You're setting it down. You can keep your bag clean and not have to worry about getting it too dirty. So yeah, overall love this pack. Not much else to say about it, honestly. Another little thing that I don't think I had talked about previously was I've got this Peak Designs camera clip. This trip is the most that I had used it, and I really enjoyed having it. I love having the camera accessible. Used to, I would either have it in my pack or carrying it in my hand. Totally worth the money, in my opinion, if you're wanting to have your camera handy for pictures along a hike and not want to carry it. So I'm probably going to have that from every hike here on out. The other piece of Osprey gear that I have used many times, I use it for work trips a lot, is this Transporter 40. One of the things that I really like about it is that you can pull these guys out and use it as a backpack. And then if I'm gonna actually check a bag like I will that, or did that Osprey Transporter 95, tuck those things back in so you don't have to worry about it getting caught on anything. But I just have really enjoyed these bags. Now, if you like something with wheels, this isn't for you. But if you like carrying it like a backpack or just by the handle, some of these even have a strap. It's got an attachment so you can do like a chest strap. That works great too. This one actually didn't come with that strap. I'm not real sure why. But yeah, definitely recommend it if you're looking for a duffel type bag. It's durable material. It's like a thick kind of canvas on one side, and the other side is like this waterproof feeling material. So definitely enjoyed it. Definitely recommend it if that's the style bag that you're looking for. So talking outer layers for this trip, the jacket that I had mentioned that I use 75% of the time is this Kuyu, I think it's pronounced Kenai jacket. It's a soft, quiet material. Kuyu is a hunting brand, so a lot of their features are geared towards hunters. But one of the things that I like about it for hiking in general is that they also think about some of the technical features of its use. So one of the things that I appreciate about this jacket is that I stay warm just hanging out, standing still, or if I'm wearing it while I'm hiking, I don't overheat very quickly. I can wear this hiking and sitting and I'm very comfortable. One of the things that I like about it that you will, or at least I have not seen yet in many other jackets, is that it has pit zips. Now you see this in rain jackets a lot, but in a soft shell type jacket, it's not very common from my experience. It is a hooded jacket. I really do like hooded jackets versus pulling out a beanie. I can just pop that thing open. Some people may not like it because it just gets in the way. Sometimes when you're wearing a pack, it like bunches up underneath the pack, and they don't care for that. It doesn't bother me at all. I'd rather have the hood. So great jacket. Again, I'll have a link below so you can take a look at that one, but definitely recommend it. It's I would call it a mid-weight jacket. It's not very heavy, but it does the job pretty good, I think. The rain jacket that I took, I barely wore it. I think I wore it maybe twice when it was pretty windy as just another layer as a windbreaker. This Kenai does pretty decent at breaking the wind, but it was tad chilly, a bit windy. I did throw on that Yukon. So as far as rain, I can't really speak to it yet. But otherwise, it's a decent jacket. It's got pit zips. One of the things that I do like about it is that it is slightly quieter than like a typical rain jacket. It's kind of got this like almost felt feel to it. And again, it's Kuyu being a hunting geared brand. They wanted something that you can hunt and not make a ton of noise. So I like it. So for this trek, I decided to wear the Adidas Terex Free Hikers. Overall, probably close to 75 miles in on this trek. They did great. No complaints. They're Gore-Tex. I typically have always gone with Solomon's. I've had good luck with Solomon's. The one complaint that I've had is that I feel like they don't last as long as I think they should. It could just be me. So time will tell with these, but they were comfortable. No blisters, no hot spots, nothing like that. So they fit my feet pretty good. So yeah, I'd say so far I like them. I am curious what their longevity will be, but otherwise they've been great boots so far. So as far as clothing, you just can't beat wool. I mean, especially if you're wearing it day in, day out, it's not going to smell as bad. It regulates body temperature really well. So for about half the trip, I did wear either a wool t-shirt or a wool long sleeve. I think one was Smart Wool brand, the other was REI brand, but you just can't beat merino wool. As far as brand, it's just which one fits good. It's the same material. The other shirt that I did like was again, I've been wearing a lot of KUIU gear lately, but their AP Tech hoodie. It's got a anti-odor like treatment to it. I think it's called Make Spec, but that one did pretty good as well. And same thing with their pants, which I'm going to go over here next. But that hoodie, it's like a super thin sun hoodie like you would see oftentimes from Columbia. There's been a lot of other brands that have come out with similar material lately, but just that real lightweight, soft, cool, breathable material. So that's pretty much what I wore. I did have another shirt that I wore like 2 days and it just started to stink. It was a polyester shirt, but definitely wool's the way to go. As far as pants, so I did wear the last 2 days some shorts by Prana, the Prana Zion. I've had good luck with their pants in the past that I actually really loved. And then they went to Zion 2 and the reviews just have not been that great, so I haven't bought another pair. So the 2 pairs of KUIU pants that I have and that I took with me and pretty much wore about 4 days each is the KUIU Attack pant and the KUIU Kutana stretch woven pant. I really like both of them. I like the hip vents. Some of the other hiking brands out there have the hip vents. And I don't think I can go to a pair of pants that doesn't have it. I just really enjoyed that feature. These hip vents do have some like mesh in there, so your leg's not just straight exposed. My buddy's got the Fall Raven and they don't have that mesh, and his opinion was that, hey, I'd like the mesh. I kind of wish these had that. The Attack pants are a little bit stretchier. They feel a little bit thicker just by touch, but they don't feel that much warmer or anything. I'd say they're very comparable in warmth, if you will. The Kutana stretch woven is a little bit stretchy, but not as stretchy. They're supposed to be a little bit more pick and abrasion resistant. And honestly, I think I probably prefer those over the Attack pant. They are slightly more expensive. If I were to get another pair, it would probably be the Kutana stretch. The fit on them are slightly different. The Attack pant feels like it's got a little bit more of a boot cut, and the Kutana feels like it's a little bit more of a slim fit. But both are great pair. I like both of them. They both have that Make Spec anti-odor treatment, which I noticed to actually work. It took about 3 days before they started to smell, even though I sweated quite heavily in them the first day or two. Just from the humidity, it was quite a bit more than I'm used to. The other pair of pant, or rain pant, I guess, is what they're considered, is the Kutana Storm Shell. Honestly, did not wear these on this trip. I've worn them on other trips. I haven't worn them in rain, but I have worn them as just an additional layer. and I've enjoyed them just for an additional layer of warmth, but I can't speak to the rain part of it, durability or waterproofness. I don't have that experience yet, so so far so good. I think that's about everything. Again, I'll have some links down below, and thanks for watching.